Hi Leo, this is Healing and Reach Tarot. Welcome. And I am here to do your June 2020 monthly reading for the Sun, Moon, and Rising of Leo. Also, before I start, in the description box below is a link for a personal reading if this doesn't resonate, or if you would just like one. And also, I have a distance energy healing option now if you're not in the local area that I live for a session. I am a body worker and energy healer of 20 years, and I'm now offering distance healing. So if you want to take advantage of that, there's a link for that below, and you can check it out. So let's get right into your reading, Leo, for the month of June 2020. What do we have coming in for the signs of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for June 2020? Just coming out of a full moon here last night in Sagittarius, your fellow fire sign. It was a powerful one. Leo, June 2020. All right. There was a lot of energy in the air last night. Ooh. It's funny, I see the signs as like a continuum. So I just did Cancer, which is the sign before you. And I got the Queen of Wands as well in the crossing position for the Seeker, representing you. Woo, that's awesome. Okay. Sorry, I'll tell you what I'm going on about here. All right, interesting. Okay. So this is a love reading, by the way. It's a soul love reading. So love is always inside. It's focusing on soul energy, but you know, where love plays a part, because so many of us are interested in that aspect of our lives. So I've decided to start combining the messages for both in my readings. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands and the Queen of Wands in your Seeker position. So you are in a situation right now, Leo. There's our Six of Wands in this deck. A victorious figure. This is usually about victory, winning something, feeling like you are the winner. You you get the prize. The battle's over and you're victorious. And then the Queen of Wands is crossing you. This is typically Aries energy, but it's a fire sign energy, so it could be, you know, your sign as well. So representing you as a fire sign, the Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands. So you're coming in really strong with a lot of fire energy, your suit of energy. I'm feeling like I'm definitely getting this feeling of you feel like you're on top of the world, but you're a little bit fearful of like, oh, when is it going to end? Or it's like an empty, kind of like, yes, something happened where you feel good, but you're in this place of, how do I sustain it? How do I keep it from moving into that negative spiral or a less than desired feeling? So that's how you're coming into this reading. You're trying to keep something in balance, perhaps. What you have beneath you is the Two of Swords, and what you have crowning you is the Death card. That's definitely a very powerful situation. So I feel like you have transformation on your mind. You definitely have this feeling that's coming forward of transforming yourself around how you're perceived in the world. And I see that is also in relationship to your partner, or how a partner may receive you if you're single. But the Death card is transformation. It's a huge movement towards redefining yourself. Emerging from death is then this rebirth. So you're rebirthing yourself into a new, open-ended, really. You don't know yet exactly how it's going to look, and you're sort of concerned about yourself Yeah, what I'm getting is your self-image in that rebirth. Like, how will I be perceived? How will I stay victorious as this definition comes in? And you're feeling like this Two of Swords figure where you have to make a decision or something. That's coming up from the unconscious, that it feels like this, that it feels like a decision, or it feels like a, do I do this or do I do that? Kind of like a stalemate energy inside of yourself. You have been working hard in the recent past. You have put a lot of energy in towards something already. So that is great. You have this, they're hanging over his head. I'm feeling something significant about that. I feel like that's giving you confidence. That's definitely giving you a strong foothold on how to take yourself out of that stalemate energy. I feel like the answers are within the wheels for you, Leo. I feel like as you just calm down, if you go within a little bit more, you'll see that the answers you're seeking for how to release the stalemate that you're feeling are inside the wheels. They're inside the work you've already been doing. Your self-definition has already, in some ways, been really defined. So, it may feel a lot like this, scary new world of this death card and this stalemate energy, but I feel like that's just kind of not true exactly. It feels that way, but it's not exactly the reality is what I'm getting. So then as we come into your position of yourself, I have the Sun card, which is Leo, shining bright. That is your ruling planet, the Sun, and you are just coming into your summer months here. We're in the month of Gemini, then Cancer, then Leo. So I feel like you're ready to charge forward into that positive, bright, here I am world kind of an energy. And the summer is definitely increasing that feeling of, maybe coming more out of quarantine and just feeling an uplifted, bright, energetic quality, like the world is your oyster and there's no limits, is how you're feeling about yourself. And then back down to the Ten of Wands for your outer environment. So the environment around you, maybe your partner, maybe, life's demands and responsibilities is definitely having you feel a little more burdened than you would like. This person in this deck too is off balance a little bit. The burdens are throwing him off balance. I'm going to clarify that card because it's interesting. Something is going on here that I'm not... Okay. Yeah, I'm getting this feeling again that you have to make a decision towards something. With the Two of Swords giving you that stalemate energy, and then pulling some clarifying cards that are making me feel that way, and I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, interesting, because this was at the bottom of the deck and I didn't say it when I first did the cards and it came out again. Okay, so this Ten of Wands where he is feeling burdened or she is feeling burdened, then we move into the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is like, you have a lot of creative decisions to make, and choosing is really going to help you out. And I feel like Eight of Swords, then you're like in this like self entanglement mental process where then the Knight of Cups comes in. What do I feel? I feel like it's touching your feet into the emotions is going to help you. So it's like, really touching into your emotional self, really connecting emotionally with your partner, or drawing in a partner through emotionality, through feeling the emotional waters of yourself is your ticket. It's your ticket to clarity. It's your ticket to making whatever choice or coming out of a stalemate is going to happen by coming out of mental entanglement. It's going to happen by touching those emotional waters. It's going to help you come out of that emotional entanglement to make that choice. So you have a practical new beginning. So you feel like you can be victorious, that you can feel like you're moving in that direction that you want to be moving into, that you're holding your ground, you're staying in balance. And it's through emotions. It's through respecting and honoring your emotions. And it's not far off because it's a Knight of Cups. It's not that far off. Knights move in quickly. So I feel like that energy is like almost, it could be playful. It could be like it's moving. It's the Knight. It's like coming in when you need it. There's a lot of flow. There's a lot of movement. Then we get the Moon card for your hopes and fears. So it's almost like, well, what can I not see that could come and, wreck the whole show? Or what is illusory here that I feel like this is a getting to know yourself. Like as you deep dive into your emotional self, the emotional waters of yourself, this will abate as a fear. This Moon card as a fear will recede as you get in touch with your emotional self. And whether that's around, a project you're creating and your unsurety of it, or how you're going to be perceived as you put it out there is what I'm getting. And also how your partner or partners in the future will see you. It's all part of the process that you're in. Yeah, and this card also, I'm feeling it line up with the Death card. I'm feeling that there is like a rebirthing energy here. So yes, it's the Knight of Cups coming in with that emotional energy, but there's a deep spiritual process going on for you. And this Moon card is definitely having me say that. Looking internally into all the things that make you up and make you choose what you choose and make you feel fulfilled and make you, getting self-knowledge, getting to know yourself at a deeper level. And you get this beautiful Justice card as your final outcome. So the way forward will emerge very soon for you in this month of June. You will have clarity. This is a card of clarity. This is a card of, yes, I see now what is true for me. I see now the way forward. No stalemate in this card. So whatever process you're in, I feel like will emerge as clarity when you finally get to the other side of it. I feel like emotions and respecting them will be your ticket to that clarity. Let me, I'm gonna just see what else I can find out about that Justice card. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, you get the Nine of Cups. Okay, and then we get, I like to pull a lot. So to clarify that Justice card is your final outcome, I clarified it with 4 more cards, and I got the Nine of Cups, which is like, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. Feeling really good. And then I get the Fool, the Six of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. So the Fool card here is definitely honoring your emotional side. It's definitely honoring your playful side. It's jumping into the unknown even though it's that beginning energy. So you're coming out of like death and moving into, you know, the journey of the Fool is the beginning. So being willing to open to a new adventure, turning it around and not worrying so much about the victory, more just jumping right into how it feels. And remembering your connection to the Six of Cups, which is this feeling of homey, kind of nostalgic, loving, like this child is with her grandmother, and a lot of the time it's two little children playing. That, you know, some people interpret this as like soulmate love. Maybe it's a redefinition with your partner of finding that like childlike adventure feeling with your partner. But it could also be with your work and how you are perceiving yourself, and redefining it by reconnecting to that feeling of what gives me that warm-hearted, homey, I've been here before and it feels so damn good feeling. And, you know, then you get the Nine of Pentacles, and that's such a beautiful, self-reliant female figure in this card. She knows what she's created. She's celebrating what she's created. She feels complete in and of herself. She's one step away from the Ten of Pentacles, which is that partner coming in and really meeting her where she's at and completing, you know, the situation for her. She's already complete, but so I feel like you're on this precipice of really bringing it all together. You can feel that, you can taste that. I think you're on the right track. I think keep honoring your emotional, playful self. Don't worry so much about the victory or how you're seen. And I think you'll move ahead in a way that is right on for you, Leo. Okay, so for advice, we're gonna do. I have a deck here for the advice cards. It's a beautiful watercolor deck of kitties. The really playful, fun messages coming from Spirit. For the sign of Leo for the month of June 2020, what kind of spiritual advice do we have for Leo coming in for the month of June 2020? Ooh, you get connection. Oh my gosh. Lots of little kitties connecting. You see all these guys? So fun. The spirit cats remind us that we are not alone. We are a web of connections. Our attitudes, actions, and energy ripple outward and touch people in ways seen and unseen. No single action stands alone. Each action, idea, and feeling is born out of countless influences, and in turn has its own unique effect. We see this most clearly and dramatically in our innermost circle, but this also extends outward to humanity, the earth, and the universe. Our consciousness dances together, challenging, uplifting, teaching, learning, questioning, reassuring, inspiring, and loving. Yeah, so if the focus has been, you know, your own process, how do I get there, you know, all of that, remembering that it's all about connection, really. And I think as a Leo, you know that very well. Leos are so good at this, so good. And so maybe just bringing this back in as your advice, remembering that this is the purpose, that we are here to connect. We are here to support each other. And that emotional connection is often the best way to guide our motivations and guide our hearts. So I leave you with that, Leo. I hope that was helpful, and I will be back in a few weeks for another reading. And thank you for joining me, and until then, many, many blessings.